post you up. You know, he can take you off the dribble. You know, he can shoot the three-point. He can do it all.
Allan was a fierce competitor that just showed it in a different way. He just had a great poise and a calmness to his game.
It's going Allan Houston from downtown. One of the best defenders in the league on him. Houston on the drive. Reverse and the foul. What a gorgeous move by Allan Houston.
With a cool exterior and a feathery touch, Allan Houston distinguished himself as one of the great scorers in the game. He led the Knicks to the 1999 NBA Finals and represented the team with unparalleled class and dignity.
You want a guy, first of all, who can really play well and lift your franchise and help you win games.
For Allan Houston.
The whipped cream is, what kind of person is he? And Allan Houston could pass every test of analysis of what kind of person he is. It's all good.
He led by actions, not by words. Hard worker before practice, hard worker during practice. You could always count on Allan down the stretch of games. Made many, many big shots, made free throws down the stretch. Just a tremendous clutch performer.
Houston all alone. All net.
Allan Houston's a free agent, and the romance began for Allan because at that time the Knicks were in need of an injection of another star-type player. And Allan had distinguished himself in Detroit as a great shooter and a great scorer.
Deep to Houston, the triple is through.
What he can do is shoot the ball, and that's what they wanted, to take pressure off of Ewing, and that's what he did.
We're very, very excited about Allan and Chris and Larry coming aboard because we feel not only are they the type of players that we need to compete for a championship, but also the type of people that will contribute to a better team chemistry.
I was really kind of in awe of the whole situation. I mean, I'm in New York playing in the Garden for the Knicks. I mean, playing with Patrick, LJ, John Starks.
Thomas out for Houston. It's a three, and Houston, nothing but net. Ewing out to Houston for three. It's good. Allan Houston from downtown.
After a long run with the same core group of players, the Knicks began looking to the future in 1999.
There was so many new faces. That whole season was a learning process for everybody.
You know, everything that I do is just trying to help the team, whether it's shooting, passing, defense.
Beautiful pass, Houston.
I've always been one to try to do a lot of different things, make this team win.
It's tipped right to Houston. Guarding each other. Houston blows by.
Following a season of transition, a bitter playoff rivalry was renewed.
Miami is number 1, Knicks are number 8. Same type of teams, same type of philosophies, same type of coaches, same type of styles.
It wasn't all about who's going to win and lose. It was about, I don't like them. Dog eat dog, intense.
It was a typical Miami, New York playoff.
One dribble, fires, knocks it in. A couple of fakes, get some space, puts it up and in.
All of a sudden, the Knicks were in position to win the first round.
Miami leads New York 77-76. It'll be the Knicks basketball.
Knicks have the ball, final possession, down 1.
Everything that goes into that whole series came down to that moment.
Houston pops out up top, down the lane, running jumper!
When I let it go, it felt short, but I guess that last little wrist, you know, gives you a little bounce.
Off the front rim, and in with 8/10 of a second to go. Houston hits a running jump shot, and the Knicks take the lead, 78-77.
Amazing feeling. It was all or nothing. It was life or death, and we lived.
That shot catapulted us to a great playoff run, but I also think it established Allan in the eyes of so many for what we saw for him, which was a big-time clutch performer.
Houston's torrid playoff run continued in the Eastern Conference Final.
2 weeks after the shot against Miami, he has that marvelous Game 6 against Indiana, where he has that tremendous fourth quarter.
Allan Houston, 2 in a row for Houston.
It became, in the last 3 or 4 minutes, all Allan, lining up Reggie Miller and just taking it at him.
Allan Houston killing Reggie Miller.
I felt like I wasn't even there almost. It felt like I was kind of just floating above the game watching. That's probably my biggest moment in the Garden.
I still remember the one play, that driving baseline layup where he got whacked and won. And that was one of the biggest plays, not only of that game, but of that series.
New York wins.
Allan Houston was the guy who was able to carry the load for the Knicks and put them through to the NBA Finals.
The Knicks win the Eastern Conference Championship, the first 8-seeded team to win a conference, and then the next day, happy Father's Day, Allan becomes a father.
Have those 2 days, you know, one right after the other. You know, you can't even conceive.
Though championship dreams fell short for the Knicks in 1999, Allan Houston's heroics raised his profile throughout the league.
That playoff run really put Houston on a different plane. It was really his coming out party.
It seemed that sort of opened up a new world for Allan, because all of a sudden, in a lot of respects, it becomes his team.
The playoff run in '99, I think, was good for him because it just solidified his position, not just with the Knicks, I think, but throughout the league.
Allan Houston is doing a wonderful job. This little pull-up jump shot, we've seen it the entire series.
The next 2 years, I made the All-Star team. 2000, I was on the Olympic team. I think it was, to me, just my overall expectation of myself grew.
Houston on the drive, on a pull-up. Bang!
I never expected such a wonderful opportunity and a wonderful contract.
It's a no-brainer. This was a no-brainer for us into having him back, and we're happy.
I didn't really give myself time to feel the pressure from everybody else. I always felt like whether I was making that amount of money or less amount, I still had to perform and produce the same.
Houston clears some space, drills it. Allan Houston down the lane, right at Doliak, puts it in. Back up to Houston, that's a good. It's good. Allan Houston from downtown.
At certain times of the offense, when the ball got Allan's hand, it was just like, well, he's going to score.
Allan Houston, that's a three. It's good. Right back to Houston. The soft jumper puts it in. Houston makes his move. Jones leans in. Houston flips it up. There's Houston looking for 50. He's got it. Allan Houston with another 50-point performance.
That was probably my best individual production, but it's hard for me to accept that because we didn't make the playoffs.
You can't predict what's going to happen with an athlete's body. That's the great risk that you run. And in Allan's case, unfortunately, after a year or two after he signed the contract, he started breaking down.
Unfortunately, he just ran into that microfracture surgery, and he could never get back.
It was a knee injury, and that was critical. He couldn't get the lift on his J, and so the jump shot wasn't as accurate, and that really spelled doom for his career.
The next Allan Houston left wide open for three. Houston off the mark.
It was frustrating to hear that all of a sudden now I'm a different player.
It was pretty frustrating to see him break down physically because what he tried to do was still provide service for the team. And I think had he not tried to come back as quickly as he did, he might have still been able to play for another year, another 2 years.
Picture this day, you know, for a long time. I didn't know it was going to happen so soon. I did everything that I possibly could to get back and to finish my career the way I would have liked to. But you know, my injuries just wouldn't allow me to do it.
This game is only a part of it. It's in everything. It's only a tool that I've been given to tell people, you know, about the big picture. That's really what my goal has always been. But being in the position that I'm in now, it gives me a much broader audience to share that.
As a father, just watching the activities off the court was just as important as it was seeing him win a gold medal or you know, went and hitting the shot at Miami.
I wanted my legacy to be one of character and integrity. To me, because that's passed down. That's something that lives on. Nobody can take away who you were. So hopefully that's the legacy.